Hello everybody and welcome to another Vintage Cube Draft. We have a pretty good pack to start because there's two blue fetch lands. Bolt also solid, Omnath is good, Caracas, Smuggler's Copter, Primeval Titan, Consecrated Sphinx, even Plateau. A lot of really good cards in this pack. But I think we should take one of the blue fetches. And this is my blue-white buy showing, but I'm going to take the Flood Strand. I just love blue-white and I haven't really drafted it yet this format. I wouldn't, Scalding Tarn is basically an equal pick. I don't think either one of these is particularly better or worse. We are passing slightly better red stuff, I think, than we are passing white stuff, but still. This is mostly just because I think the blue-white cards are better than the blue-red cards. On that would be sweet. I don't think it'll come around, but yeah, we'll take the Flooded Strand and see where we can go from there. Now there's a Path to Exile, which is excellent removal. There's Breeding Pool if we want to try and be some sort of 3 or 4 color deck. Could take Jetmir's Garden, but I think I like just taking the Path here. Path is really good interaction, and we're likely to want to play white. Yeah, I'll take that over the Breeding Pool. And now I think I'm just going to take a Dam, just to get some early creature removal. You can think of this as just a double white card. We're just going to overload it most of the time in this deck if we're playing blue-white. Shark Typhoon is good too, but I think Dam is a little bit better. So we'll take that. And this is a really solid control start. We don't have any card draw or counter magic yet, so those will be high priorities going forward, but I like this start. And there's a counterspell, so don't mind if I do. Yeah, nothing else is really close. Thirst for Discovery and Time Warp would both be playable, but pretty easy counterspell. And do we just take Wrath of God now? I think so. I do like Retrofitter Foundry a lot, but with Wrath of God and Dam, our creature matchup is now just incredible, and we can build the rest of our deck to beat non-creatures decks. Yeah, that seems sweet. Feels good to be playing blue-white control. We'll see. I'm not fully committed to this. Maybe blue is insanely cut, but hopefully not. I would love to get some blue-white going. Ooh. Memory Deluge is amazing for this sort of deck. That's perfect. That's just exactly the card draw we need. Ravenous Chupacabra is good if we're playing Esper, but I don't think that's super likely. Restoration Angel's fine, but pretty easy Deluge here. That is exactly the kind of card we're looking for. The best card we could realistically get here would probably be 3 mana Teferi. That does sometimes go this late, and that would help out our curve and just be a great card. No Teferi, also nothing really good for us at all, actually. Yeah, this pack is bad. So we need to decide, we could take Lion Sash, which is just like an okay card. Or we could potentially branch into another color. A green is looking fairly open, so we could take Reclamation Sage. I don't want to play Satoru. Could take Metamorphose, but it doesn't do that much. Could take Mesmeric Fiend. Maybe Lion Sash is just good. Yeah, I'll take the Sash. Reclamation Sage isn't amazing, and we pass the Breeding Pool. Then, of course, we do get the Uro, though. So that kind of makes me wish that I'd taken the Rec Sage, but I think I will take this. Uro is a good card. So potentially playing Bent. We'll see, though. Ooh, Omnath came around. I was not expecting that, but I will take it. Yeah, we'll take this. Plateau would help to cast the Omnath, but in general, I like taking the lands before the spell, or the lands before the spells. But in this case, Omnath is one of the key cards we would be splashing. So if we don't even have that, I don't see that much of a need to be playing red in the first place. So I think I will take the Omnath first here. But now I really want to get some fixing if we're going to make that work. But Omnath plays really well with a lot of the stuff we have, in particular Uro and our fetch land. Nice. Got some good land. I'm going to take the Jetmir's Garden. which we can find off the Flooded Strand. That helps out a lot if we want to be Omnath. Horizon Canopy is also fine, but pretty easy. Jetmir's Garden. And now I just want to get basically any fetch land that I can. A common way for these decks to play out, if you're playing like 3 or 4 color blue, is you play like a bunch of non-blue fixing, which goes late, and then like 6 islands. So if that's how this deck goes, that's fine. Ooh, Golos. Yeah, we'll take the Golos. I don't think Goldspan Dragon is very good, so yeah, we'll take this. Then we'll take Disenchant. So we're base white. It could be like base white on Nath. Intrepid Adversary, okay. Given the way that this draft is developed, I think Lion Sash is worse than Reclamation Sage, so kind of regretting that pick, but not too much. I think it's fine. Okay, Showdown of the Scalds is potentially interesting if we are playing all these colors. And then last pick Satoru, no surprise there. If we're going to do this deck, we need fixing. That's the most important thing, so hopefully we can get some of that in pack 2. The best possible card to get would probably be Ancestral. We're not really a Black Lotus deck. Any Mox would be good. I guess Mox Shout being the worst, of course. Any fetch land would be good. Okay, there's a couple fetch lands, so let's think. Yeah, we're not playing Time Twister, so it's between the lands. Bloodstained Mire can... Like, Polluted Delta is the only land that doesn't grab Jetmir's Garden, which is kind of awkward. Bloodstained Mire does grab Jetmir's Garden. But I want to have blue lands because blue is just the best color. We have Counterspell, Memory Deluge, stuff like that. I think I might just take the Polluted Delta even though it's not as good for us right now because we're really going to prioritize picking up a blue fetchable land. Yeah, I think it's close, but I think I will take the Delta here. And then hopefully we can get a blue-white land specifically. Yeah, also there's a chance Bloodstained Mire comes around, and there's no chance Polluted Delta comes around. Okay, Swords to Plowshares is a good pickup. Boseiju will be good if we get Ren in 6. Elvish Reclaimer's fine. But, yeah, I mean, Swords to Plowshares is very, very good removal. We'll take that. Now we get Savannah, Toxic Deluge, Gideon. I'm leaning towards just taking the Savannah here. Gideon is good, but we have a lot of 4-drops already. And if we're going to play a greedy mana base, we need to take the lands highly. Sylvan Library is also good, but I think I'm just going to take the Savannah. Okay. It's annoying that this is a Triome that doesn't really help us that much. Well, it helps us. It's a black-green land. But at that point, I would rather just take Overgrown Tomb, probably. I guess Flooded Strand can grab this and not this. But I think it's still Overgrown Tomb. Oh, wait, no, sorry. This is a green-white land. Oh, no, this is a worse Temple Garden. Okay, so if we're getting a land here, it would be either Wasteland or Stomping Ground. And I think I like taking the Stomping Ground. We could also take Duretti, but that stretches our mana pretty thin. I think we just want to make Omnath as consistent as possible. So, yeah, let's just take the Stomping Ground. There's a Verdant Catacombs. That's pretty sweet. Upheaval's good, but this isn't really an Upheaval deck. Also Preordained, but you got, like, if you're going to play a deck like this, you have to really prioritize the fetch lands. So, we'll take advantage of this opportunity. It can get green, white, red. It can't get blue yet, but hopefully it will. There is a blue-black land and a blue-green land. If we get Tropical Island, then all of our fetch lands can get blue. So that seems like it's got to be the pick. Yeah, we'll take the Tropical Island over the Xander's Lounge. Now we could take Botanical Sanctum. It's not as good fixing as Fetches and Shocks, but it's not bad. We could also take one of these, like one of the life gain creatures, Kitchen Finch or Thragtusk. The Wandering Emperor is good, but double white could be a little bit taxing, and we have a lot of 4s. So I kind of like the idea of just taking Kitchen Finch. Close pick, though. Actually, no. I'm gonna take the Sanctum. Yeah, I'm just like you can't have enough fixing in these sorts of decks. I'm not too worried about having enough playables if we're playing all these colors. So yeah, we'll do that. Ooh, I think we gotta take Field of the Dead. General Ferris is tempting because we are playing a lot of colors, but Field of the Dead is so good. We have so many lands already, so yeah, let's take that. Narset's good too, but I'm gonna take the field. There's a Sacred Foundry. Nice late pickup. We don't have an untapped red-white fetchable land yet. Ephemerate, Regrowth, both okay, but yeah, let's just take this. This deck is looking sweet. I guess we don't have that many of the like really good multicolor cards yet, like Wrenn and 6 or Teferi or whatnot. Hopefully we can pick that up. Let's see. I don't think Edric is very good at all. We could take Vindicate just to like randomly play if we get a black source. We could take the Reclaimer. I guess I'll take Reclaimer. It can find our Field of the Dead. It's also just like a beefy creature pretty quickly. Sure. Okay, now I'm going to take Godless Shrine because I do want to have one land to give black mana for Golos. Temple Garden. I don't think I'm going to take one of these double black cards, and I definitely don't want to take their time in my Uro deck. I mean, actually, we have decent black mana if we have this Godless Shrine. We have a couple fetches to get it. Yeah, actually, I'm going to get the Dreddy. Dreddy's really strong. We already have a green-white land. And I think the Black Splash is kind of free with these fetches, especially because we're going to continue to prioritize picking up fixing. Now I'll take a Tavlar's Huntmaster, I think, over Whisperwood. Karmic Guide is maybe playable. Parallax Wave, okay. I'm not planning on playing that. Tavlar's Huntmaster actually is a card that I'm fine playing in the main deck. But we'll see. Okay, now this is what I'm talking about. Some really good stuff here. Another fetch, Wrenn and 6, and Teferi. I just love the fact that these are two incredibly powerful cards that are completely different colors is so titillating to me. I don't know why, but just like turn 2 Wrenn and turn 3 Teferi, I just love. We have 3 fetch lands to pair with Wrenn, which is excellent. But Wrenn and 6 is also a little bit more likely to come around, but maybe not that likely. We don't have any other red-green cards. We could also just take the Heath, but I think I'd rather take one of these excellent Planeswalkers. And I think I just can't pass up on Teferi. Wrenn and 6 is slightly more likely to come around. If we had like 5 fetches, then I would definitely take the Wrenn. I guess we do have 3, and it's so good if you have a fetch land. Especially in a deck like this. You know, I'm actually going to take the Wrenn. It's really close, but given that especially that we have like Elvish Reclaimer 2 and Field of the Dead, it's just so good, but it's a close pick. Now I think I'm going to take a Colonnade or a Sunbaked Canyon. I'll take a Colonnade. We don't have any mana lands yet. Just a really good card. Okay, there's a Hallowed Fountain and a Hydroid Krasis. Do we have a blue-white land already? We actually don't. Well, we have the Colonnade we just got, but we don't have a blue-white fetchable land. But we actually are getting to the point where we need to get some spells. We only have 15 spells right now. So I think I'm going to take the Krasis. This is like exactly the kind of card you want in this deck. Yeah, we'll take that and then maybe Wheel Copperline Gorge. Now we could take, do we want Signet or Firebolt? I think Signet looks pretty good here. We already have a lot of removal. Yeah, let's take this card. Okay, wow, a lot of good options. A bunch of lands. I would take Arid Mesa over Spar's Headquarters or one of these fast lands. Miscalculation is great, and then Expressive Iteration is just like phenomenal card draw. And I think it might be so good that I need to take the Iteration. Arid Mesa would be nice, but we're going to wheel some land from this pack, and we don't have that much card draw, so yeah, let's take the Iteration. There's a Tundra. That's pretty sweet. I'll take that. Solitude's good, but we just passed a Hallowed Fountain, so I think we can afford to use a pick here. Now, Is Dragon's Rage Chandler playable? Maybe. I don't think we're in a Finhorn Elves deck. I don't think we're a Geist or a Murktide deck. I'll take the channel. It's just not that good. We don't have that. Like, we don't have cantrips, which is the thing you really want to play with this card. Yeah, I think I'm actually going to take Blade Splicer. Just have a body to clog up the ground. Now we get Knight of Autumn. That's a great pickup. I don't think we're playing... Well, are we a Niv Mizzet deck? We could be. 1, 2... No, I think Knight of Autumn is better. Yeah, Niv Mizzet's cool, but it's pretty hard to cast. We don't have... Yeah, let's just take the Knight. Nice! Teferi came around. That is just... That makes me feel very good inside. Okay, we're getting close to the end of the draft. We need to decide, do we want, like, more spells or more lands? Sunbit Canyon is pretty nice. Master of the Fells is only okay. Yeah, I think I'm going to take another land here. Alright, Repeal is solid. We'll just play that as a value card. Aura Shards can be a sideboard card. Razor Verge Thicket, good late pickup. Although, wait, do we want just spells at this point? Yeah, you know what? We need to play some basics. I'm just going to take Elspeth. This is actually a really good Elspeth deck. Luris, not going to play that, but it's fine. Soul Monolith. Okay, so we could play 17 lands with 3 basics. Or we could play an 18th land. It's close. Maybe we move Disenchant to the board. Well, actually, Disenchant and Blade Splicer are both cuttable. I'll play the Disenchant, I think. And then we can add some basics. So let's look at this. It's going to be complicated to sort by color. Come over here. What other spells we got? Okay. This. All right. So for white spells, 10. For blue spells, 7. For green spells, we have also 7. For red spells, 5. And then for blue... Oh, wait, we already did blue. Okay. So, heaviest white, fairly even. How many sources do we have here? I think all of our fetches get all of our colors. Does Verdant Catacombs get blue? Yep, Tropical Island. Polluted Delta can get blue, white, green. Polluted Delta actually can't get red. Okay. And then Flooded Strand can get everything. So for white, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That's really good. We could cut planes, potentially. For blue, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's fine. I don't really want to go lower, but I'm okay with 8. For red, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Not ideal, but we don't have that much red, and we have no double red. And then for green, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Seems solid. Yeah, I'll just run it like this. This deck seems pretty sweet. I wouldn't mind having one more fetch land. I wish we could have gotten that Windswept Heath, but this deck seems really, really good. A lot of good interaction. We have a lot of removal for creatures, some good sticky threats, some card advantage. Pretty much checking all the boxes. See you in round 1. Alright, we have our opponent for round 1. We're playing some kind of 5-color, mostly 4-color Omnath, but then splashing a Duretti as well. On play, which is right where we want to be, and so close to greatness, but I think we got to ship it with only 1 land. Okay, we'll keep this and put back the Reclaimer since we don't have a green source. Kind of unlucky to have 2 basic lands in our opener when we only have 4 basic lands in the deck. Okay, playing against Reanimator, it looks like we have Swords of Plowshares, which is pretty good against them. But not good against everything they could put into play. Grizzlebrand is very good against us still. Emrakul, the Promised End, would be good against us, but like something like Ulamog would not be. Okay, cool. Wow, they discard a Reanimation spell. That's interesting. Alright, Colonnade, not the worst draw, not the best either, but we do want lands. We want to get to Showdown with the Scalds. I don't think we have any graveyard hate, but we just have ways to kill their Reanimated. Oh wait, we actually do have Lion Sash out of the board. That's kind of fun. Alright, they Bazaar once again. Just discarding lands, alright? I think I'm just going to jam Knight of Autumn as a 4/3. It's not sexy, but puts on some pressure. And it also means if we play Showdown of the Scalds, then we'll have a creature in play for the 2nd and 3rd chapters. They're really digging over there, that Bazaar. Ooh, Sundering Titan. And then do they have the Reanimate? They do. Okay, this is not terrible. They're going to kill 2 of our lands, but then we can Swords of Plowshares that. It also kills their land. And then we... Like, the problem is, though, that we're not pressuring them that much now because we're going to gain them 10 life, or 7 life back. But they're going to have to kill their own Underground Sea, unless they have a removal spell, which would... Or a counter spell, which would be terrible. But we need to go for it. Okay, nice. That works. So they're down to no lands that produce mana, and we have a 4/3. We are out of answers, though, so if they can Bazaar into another Reanimation thing, we'll be in kind of bad shape. Renin 6. Good draw, but we can't play it yet. Or, okay draw. If we ever find a green source, then we can start rebuying these value lands. Sneak It Up, Corpse Dance, Skyclave Shade. They don't play land. Interesting. Okay, I'm just gonna jam Showdown of the Scalds. It's harder to get full value out of this card when you play it like this because we can't play 2 lands if we hit them. Oh, and we do hit a bunch of lands. Well, that's kind of too bad, but that's fine. We can just go... Well, so we have a couple options. The really slow value play is to repeal our own Showdown. We could also just play Renin 6. I kind of like repealing our own Showdown, though. Actually, well, if they cast the Skyclave Shade, then we can just bounce the Skyclave Shade and play Ren, which would definitely be the play. Okay, they Bazaar again. Okay, that's totally fine. This is looking good for us. In fact, actually, is that just game? Yeah, it is. So we'll go Savannah, Renin 6, repeal this, and just swing on in for 6. Okay, so we take down Reanimator. They had a pretty quick Sundering Titan, but which is actually Sundering Titan is great against our deck. We're playing all the lands, but we were able to deal with it pretty effectively and take that one down. So that's pretty sweet. Now we get to bring in Lion Sash. I don't think we want to make any changes other than that. What do we not want? Disenchant, good against Animate Dead and Necromancy. We didn't see that much stuff that is good again. We didn't see either of those, but they're pretty likely to be playing them. I like the exile stuff. I like the board sweepers. I like the bounce spells. Or the board sweepers and the exile spells. We could cut repeal. Yeah, I think I'll cut repeal. And we will submit like this. Okay, I'll keep this hand. We have Lion Sash. They might be able to kill it, but we're gonna make them kill it at least if they do have it. The land's a little bit awkward, but I guess not even that awkward. We don't need untapped source. We don't need a third untapped land on turn 3 at the moment, so we can go Colonnade into Sanctum, Lion Sash. Their most broken draws will beat this hand, but I mean, what can you do? That's kind of what happens in Vintage Cube. We're also pretty well insulated against Sunder and Titan. This disenchant could have been repeal. We'll see if repeal would be better. Okay, I don't mind drawing a land there. It's not a particularly enticing land, but it's not terrible. Una's Prowler, okay. I mean, we'll get our Lion Sash into play this turn. If they have the turn 3 fatty, we don't have an interaction for that. But they need to have it this turn. Alright, we'll take 3. Now please no, big dude. Massacre Worm. Okay, well hopefully it reanimate too, that's bad. Okay, this is a pretty quick clock. We need to find some answers. Hydroid Krasis is not a great answer. I think I'm just going to play Field of the Dead this turn. I will discard, unfortunately, to the Una's Prowler to just keep alive. Man, they mulled to 5, but there's a lot of pressure. Which card do we want to discard? Probably just Disenchant. And then we can play Hydroid Krasis as a 2/2 and block the Una's Prowler. If they have another follow-up, we can't really win. Show and Tell. That could maybe help us, actually. We'll see what they put into play. Grave Titan. Okay, so we need to find a board sweeper now. Let's grab Jetmir's Garden. Path to Exile. Okay, that's a pretty good one. We'll play land, Krasis for 2. There's the Wrath. Okay, sweet. So we're in this thing. We'll pass. And which one do we want to kill here? Massacre Worm or Grave Titan? I think actually Massacre Worm. It just pushes more damage. They can make some dudes, but we're planning on sweeping the board anyways. So we'll do that, and then we can just block 2 things, take 4, and then sweep the board. And they only have 1 card, so if their last card, if they don't have a follow-up, then we're in good shape. So let's block. And then we're just all in on this Wrath being enough. That was actually a really good draw. Well, not a great draw, but not bad. It is... Oh, wait. Oh, no. It's actually just a bad draw. I thought we had lands in our graveyard for some reason, but it's fine. Let's play Elspeth and minus. Duretti or Teferi? think Duretti is a bit better here. Plus, and then hit for 1. So what happens if they put Grave Titan into play? We have Duretti to kill it. If they have Shallow Grave, it's still fine. We can chump block with a Construct, and then they'll make 4 dudes, and we can probably overcome that. Okay, discard Kolaghan's Command, and then play Imperial Seal. Okay, so they're going to probably get a reanimation spell, but I think we'll be okay. Stomping Ground, alright. Let's play... We'll get this lifelink. Make another dude. Play a tapped land. Swing for 2 with lifelink. And then we can play Memory Deluge end of turn. And I mean, it's going to be hard for them to win. I'm not afraid of Grave Titan. They only have 1 card. If it's like Ancestral Recall into something, that could be a problem. They can't Shallow Grave Emrakul us. Yeah, I think this is... I mean, I'm not going to say it's unlosable, but it's pretty hard to imagine a way that they get back into this. Animate Dead, yep. This is not a problem. We even have the Knight of Autumn to deal with it. Well, we have Duretti and Knight of Autumn. So, that will not do it, my friends. Let's grab Ren plus Swords. And then, do we want to just Swords to Plowshares this end of turn? I think I will. Yeah, I mean, I think there's not really a way we lose at this point, but I'll just do this. It's mana efficient. We'll see what we hit here. Omnath. Okay, I'm going to cast this. We'll see what we draw. Okay, they just concede. Sweet. So, very good start. This deck seems amazing. I'll see you in round 2. Alright, we have our opponent for round 2. We're on the play once again. That is good, and a good hand. Keep it. As for how to sequence, I'm not 100% sure. Reclaimer doesn't seem amazing here. But I think I'm still going to lead on it. Like, we could have played Field of the Dead, but this seems fine. And then... Okay. I was going to get Jetmir's Garden, but I think now I'm just going to play Field of the Dead and swing for 1. Yeah, I'll just do that. There's no, like, Field of the Dead is the land we would want to get with the Reclaimer, so there's not that much value in activating the Reclaimer. Like, we could just fill out the graveyard to grow the Reclaimer, I guess, but I'd rather just get the tapped lands into play, set up for longer game. Hand of Torok, okay. Polluted Delta, and alright, that's fine. Memory Deluge, good draw. I think I'm just going to play Jetmir's Garden and swing for 1 again. I don't really want to sacrifice any of these lands. They're all pretty... Oh, wait. Never mind. We don't have double blue yet, so we do need to get a blue source. So I'm going to sack the field. I'm actually going to sack the Field of the Dead. We're a long way away from it being good. And then we can potentially get it back with Ren and 6 later. Do we just grab Colonnade? I think so. Yeah. Okay, just play Island Pass and then enter Memory Deluge. I'd be thrilled if they paid for this Bone Shredder. Okay, this is just small ball that's not going to get the job done. So, Memory Deluge. We'll see what we hit. I'll take Signet Removal Spell, I think. Night of Autumn. Great draw. So let's go Signet into Autumn, kill Nox Sapphire. Tap land and play pass, and then next turn we can play Hydroid Krasis as a 4/4 and draw 2 cards. This is a pretty anemic draw from the opponent. Oh, they do have their blue source though. Putrid Imp. Alright, they could put something huge into play. We're still going to jam our Krasis though. Alright, solid draws. We'll get the tap land into play and hit for 2. And now if we draw Wrenn and 6 ever, we can get back to Field of the Dead and it will be active. If they put a huge dude into play, we can just wipe the board. Or Sword Splash it. I mean, we have really good removal spells for creatures. The only problem would be something like a Sundering Titan, which could blow up 4 lands. Yeah, that Sundering Titan would be bad. No play. Ooh, I think I like playing Iteration first here. Yeah, we'll play Expressive Iteration. Okay, let's go. Hand, bottom of library, exile, and then we're going to play our Omnath. Get some life gain going, and we'll swing with both of our creatures. This is fine. They can reanimate their Bone Shredder if they want to kill one of our creatures, but I'm not afraid of that. And Pure Tutor, okay, so they're probably going to be able to put something big into play. But at this point, we are in a pretty dominant position. Specifically, Shallow Grave, Emrakul. Oh, maybe I should have actually played Swords on the Putrid Imp there. Yeah, that might have been the line. Now, if they do have Shallow Grave, Emrakul, it's kind of bad. It's still not even that bad, but that would be like the only thing that could potentially get them back into this. Bone Shards the Omnath. Okay, this is pretty good. Now they can reanimate the Archon, but we have Swords of Plowshares to exile it. Huh. Okay, so this is going to bring back one of our creatures. We can bring back our Omnath. They probably should... Yeah, they actually definitely should have killed the Hydroid Krasis there. Okay, so let's sack the Krasis, and I think I'm just going to discard... Yeah, no, we can discard lands. Yeah. It'd be kind of greedy to discard the removal spell. We don't need it now, but we might need it soon. Okay, so let's go to Fairy. Then... Alright, we're going to make mana here and not be able to use... Actually, I guess we can just... Oh, wait, this is what we want to do. Okay, this is actually pretty sweet. Let's grab a tapped... Verdant Catacombs. Game 4. Then we will attack with Omnath. And then we can bounce Omnath. So we'll play this land tapped. Make some mana. Then we can Teferi bounce our Omnath and replay the Omnath. And we'll pass. They can kill our Teferi, but this is like a pretty unlosable position. Even if they Shallow Grave Emrakul at this point, I'm not really worried. Our life total is super high. Next turn we can Wrenn and 6 back to Field of the Dead and start going off with zombies. Okay, discard an island so that they can give their dude flying, and then they can kill our Teferi. But this is like, I mean, what are you trying to do here, opponent? Like, I guess you can kill my Planeswalker. I'm not worried about this. Here's Unfaulted Golos. Okay, so let's go green, red, Wrenn. Rebuy Field of the Dead. Play Field of the Dead. Oh, whoops. Okay, well, hit for 4. Then we will crack this for Savannah. Add some mana. Just jam Toddler's Huntmaster and pass turn. Now, if they sweep our board, are we worried about running out of win conditions? Not really. With Field of the Dead going, we have plenty. Alright, sweet. That is good. So we're playing against Reanimator again. Kind of funny to play Reanimator in back-to-back matchups, but I'm not mad at it. It's a good matchup. Bring in the Lion Sash again. Disenchant is maybe good. Actually, I think I'm going to cut Tovlar's Huntmaster. We don't really need it, and they can also reanimate our Tovlar's Huntmaster, potentially. And then, yeah, let's just run it like this. I'm not going to add another white source. I think we're fine. Okay, I can work with this. It's not incredible, but I will keep it. Knight of Autumn was a medium draw. Do they kill the Reclaimer? Looks like they might. And then basically any land would be a good... Oh, Hymn to Torok. Okay, if they hit our land, that's a disaster. They did. That is a disaster. Okay, really hoping to draw land, of course. Nice. We do hit it. Island. Do we want to sack one of our lands here? I don't think so. I think I'm just going to hit for 1. We want lands in the deck. Like, I'm not interested in thinning lands out of the deck. And like, we don't particularly need a color right now. Okay, that's decent. Oh, well... Alright, so they have Dark Depths Thespian Stage. We have Path to Exile, so we're not dead to it, but that's kind of funny. So we'll just pass. I think I'm going to go for the upkeep path. There's some possibility of counterspell here, but... Well... Actually, I'll let them have the extra mana. I don't love giving them an extra mana for this turn, but we just straight up lose if they have a counterspell, and that's not, like, that ridiculous of a thing for them to have. Mesmeric Fiend, okay. We have lots of good 3-drops, so no matter what they take, we'll have reasonable plays. If I were them, I would probably take the Teferi. Obviously, we are hoping to draw a land. Sunbit Canyon, beautiful. I think I'm going to just play Uro here. There's not like a rush to get the Knight of Autumn down, and this will help us to draw towards more action. Nice. Jetmir's Garden was one of the best possible draws. Do we want to trade 1-for-1 damage? I don't think so. I'll just pass. Mox Ruby. So we can kill that with the Knight of Autumn. But if I draw land, I'll still... Okay, well, tap land, sure. So, go tap land, Knight of Autumn. To blow up the Mox Ruby. And now I will swing for 1. I will happily trade Mesmeric Fiend for Knight of Autumn if they attack. Sheldock Isle, that's fine. So we can play Elspeth Resplendent, which is pretty good here. Well, it's minus, see what we hit. Ooh, that's bad. I think I'm just going to grab our black-white land, so I'll grab Verdant Catacombs. This way, this says 2 lands or 3? Okay, you need 3 lands for that, so we can't do that yet. We'll swing for 2 and pass. Here's Downfall of the Elspeth, that's fine. Next turn we can escape Uro. They just pass. Yeah, I don't really see a way they could win this. Good draw, but still going to play Uro. And if we draw a land, then we can play Field of the Dead. We can get Field of the Dead off the Elvish Reclaimer and make a dude. Unfortunately, we don't. This is fine. We'll just swing for 2. And then end of turn. I'm still going to grab the Field of the Dead unless we need to use Disenchant. Snuff out the Uro. Fair enough. So if we draw untapped land, we can go Golos plus activate Elvish Reclaimer. We don't, so I'm going to play, I think, Hydroid Krasis over Golos. It's close, though. I was really hoping to hit land there. Oh, well. Actually, wait. Let's not attack. They have Sheldock Isle available this turn. If they have Archon of Cruelty under it, that's kind of bad. Maybe we were just supposed to play Golos and leave up Swords to Plowshares for that reason. What is it? Iona. Okay. Iona naming white. Okay, they named blue, so that's fine. It doesn't really do anything. We can just Swords to Plowshares. They don't even attack, alright? Lion Sash. Well, I'm just going to go for it. Swords to Plowshares. Hopefully this resolves. Nice. We'll go green, red, Renin 6. Return island. Play island to make a dude. And then we'll play Lion Sash and hold up either Elvish Reclaimer or Field of the Dead. Or sorry, Elvish Reclaimer to make a Field of the Dead dude, or a Lion Sash if they go for reanimation stuff. But yeah, I mean, there's no way they can win from this position. I think we're past the point of Shallow Grave Emrakul doing it. Nice. Alright, we're cruising through these Reanimator decks. I kind of want to play one non-Reanimator deck just for the variety, but if we play Reanimator again, I think we'll beat them again. See you in the finals. Alright, we have our opponent for the finals. We've been lucky with the die roll, and that continues against Cranium Inspector. So we're on the play. Alright, I will keep this hand. Expressive Iteration can hopefully help us to find our third and potentially fourth land drop. Reclaimer, we're probably not going to play the Reclaimer, or we're not going to use the Reclaimer for a bit, but I will just play it on turn 1 just to get the body down. It could be good if they play Planeswalkers or if they play Ragavan or something like that. Another black deck, okay. Alright, play this, swing for 1 and pass. And then we can grab Tropical Island with the Verdant Catacombs. Mesmeric Fiend. Okay, that's kind of annoying. They're probably going to take Expressive Iteration. If they do take the Iteration, we need to decide if we want to fire off the Repeal just to cycle. We could repeal our own Elvish Reclaimer, which isn't great, but might still be the play. Yeah, we really need to hit more land drops, so let's grab the Tropical Island and repeal this. Field of the Dead, okay, sure. There's a Wrenn and 6. That was a great draw. Wow, really, really good draw. So we'll play that. Shoot the Mesmeric Fiend. And then get the Field of the Dead into play. And now we're just in a great position. They need to deal with this Wrenn and 6. If they're trying to play a control game, they're going to have a really hard time. Okay, wow, this is just going exceptionally well for us. So we'll return this. Play it. Grab a white source. Go green, whatever, white. Knight of Autumn to blow up the Recurring Nightmare. We'll play Reclaimer and pass. I mean, this is just sweet. I love Wrenn and 6. When he's going, he's going. That is for sure. They don't even play anything. Okay, let's rebuy this. And then I think I'm just going to jam Omnath. Yeah, that seems fine. So, play this. Swing with both. Crack this. Do I just want to get Basic Forest here or Godless Shrine? I think I'm going to get Godless Shrine. We don't actually have a double white at the moment. So then white, green, red, blue, Omnath. And we'll pass. Okay, they sweep our board. That's kind of annoying, but I still think we're in a really good position. So let's go red, blue, Expressive Iteration. Okay, Elspeth in the hand. Path on the bottom. Exile Showdown of the Scalds. Then we can go Mountain Showdown. And we'll rebuy Verdant Catacombs and pass. Okay, I don't even think we're going to play any of these cards, really. I mean, we'll play Memory Deluge. So let's go 4 mana for Duretti. We will make a dude. Then we'll fetch an island. And play Memory Deluge. Counterspell, Hydroid Crisis. I mean, yeah, this game is super over. I guess they could be playing some sort of combo. Do we want to bring back a land that doesn't do anything? It doesn't. I guess I'll bring back Polluted Delta and then just discard it to hand size. It has no more lands to fetch, so it doesn't help us. And now we have 2 Planeswalkers, including one that can remove stuff. We have Counterspell. I mean, this is the key turn. If they somehow do something we can't beat this turn, we'll lose. But after this turn, we can hold up Counterspell and just win with the Planeswalkers we have on board. I guess we actually don't have a very fast clock, but we do have Field of the Dead going. Okay. So let's fetch. We want to have 7 mana here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, so we can get tapped land. We'll go Elspeth, and I'm going to plus here and actually just go towards the ultimate. We'll spread out our power. And if they counter the Elspeth, I think I'm just going to let that fly. Okay, this is fine. Oh, they made themselves discard. Interesting. Okay, this is still fine. I'm going to plus... Yeah, I will plus here. Give this guy lifelink. Return this. Plus this. Swing for 4 and pass. And now, if they have Shallow Grave plus Counterspell, we die. But even if they just put that guy into play, I'm not too worried. I guess we actually don't have a way to kill it right now, but we'll find one for sure. Okay, they just pass. So let's just ultimate this, and then we can hold up counterspells for days. I guess we actually only have 2 blue right now. Let's get this lifelink. Do we want to ultimate the Ren? Guess we'll play this, make another zombie, swing with these 2. And then, yeah, I think I will ultimate the Ren. Okay, they trade. It's fine. There's no artifacts in graveyards at the moment. Okay, so we'll make another dude with Duretti. Ultimate Ren. And then, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I don't think we really need to play anything else. I'm just going to hold up Disenchant plus Counterspell. I wish we had double Counterspell, but it's fine. Now they have the Makeshift Mannequin. So we counter. And hopefully they don't have... Okay, nice. That worked. Nice. So he takes out... We literally played 3 Reanimator decks in a row. That's kind of bizarre. But I'll take it. Lion Sash, MVP once again. Although it actually hasn't really helped us yet. They're playing Recurring Nightmare, so I think I do want Disenchant plus Night of Autumn. I think I'm just going to cut Tavlar's Huntmaster again. That's more of a deck... That's good against creature decks where it helps us go over the top, and it's somewhat good against control where we just want enough win conditions. But here, where the name of the game is Interaction, it's just kind of a clunky dude that they can go over the top of. Alright. On the draw here. Oh, this hand is so close to greatness. If we drew a fetch land, it would be incredible, but I don't think we can keep a 1-lander like that. I will keep this. Put back Elspeth. Okay, don't mind drawing a land there. We don't have any ways to deal with a reanimated card at the moment. So if they just put, like, Ulamog going to play this turn, we'll lose. But if they're banking on there's like, I mean, 3 of the cards that they could realistically have here would die to Knight of Autumn. Those being Animate Dead, Necromancy, and and Recurring Nightmare. But we'll see what they might just play Recurring Nightmare here. Okay, they do. So this is a key turn. If they reanimate something, oh wow. Well, I mean, we'll play that. We can't use it this turn, so it might be too slow. This is a key turn. If they have a 1 or 2 mana creature and a fatty in their hand, so they have the Strix. So now just do they have a fatty? And if they do, we're in pretty bad shape. This is the key turn of the game. Yes. Okay. So they probably just pass. Yeah, and now we get to kill the Recurring Nightmare. I think that's better than, we could also play Uro into something, but I think I would still rather just kill the Recurring Nightmare while we get the chance. Yeah. So white, green, whatever, Knight of Autumn. Boom. No attacks, of course. And now we'll see. We could still lose here, but they need a lot more stuff now. They need to both hit a fatty, which they don't have yet. Ha, they just concede. All right, well, that's kind of hilarious. Let's pull up the deck list. All right, this was our 4-color Alnath deck. Kind of 5-color, although we never actually spun the Golo, so for our purposes it was 4-color. And it was sweet. I mean, we only played against Reanimator decks, so not the most representative, but we have a great Reanimator matchup. Swords to Plowshares and Path to Exile are both completely devastating against them. We had a little bit of counter magic and then just lots of value threats. But I think this deck was pretty good across the board. Against aggressive decks, we have 2 board sweepers, 2 1-mana spot removal spells, and a decent amount of life gain with Uro, Knight of Autumn, Omnath, Hydroid Krasis, Elspeth Resplendent to some extent. Against control, we have tons of threats that are just hard for them to deal with. So, like, Red and 6 and Teferi can both win the game on their own. Omnath is great. Uro, Hydroid Krasis. Some combo decks that don't revolve around creatures could be tough. We would beat Twin pretty easily with Swords and Path and Disenchant. But if they were playing, like, Storm, that could be a little bit tough. Since our clock was kind of slow, like, Brain Freeze would be good against us. But this was a great deck, and we won every single game, so can't really argue with that. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.